Hey, it's me, Steve. It's August 28, 2017, times 11:47. It's about 73 degrees Fahrenheit out. And this isn't a geo-rant. This is just going to be a rant. Sorry, I'm still feeling under the weather, so if I cough or talk really monotonely, I apologize. But I just want to cover something today. I want to cover how there seems to be a lot of lawyers out there playing scientist, and it's actually kind of creepy. All right. Number one, they aren't scientists. All right, they're freaking lawyers. Okay. I don't walk into a courtroom sitting there, peddling my beliefs, saying that my beliefs, because of personal reasons, should be the law of the land. To hell with whatever the law says. But that's basically what they like to do. And Ben Stein is a big one on this in his stupid documentary, which actually has been hacked apart, and he was basically lying. All lawyers lie. They have to. That's their job. Okay, their arguments. They're not bound by perjury. Okay, they're trying to convince you of something. All right. And I remember that stupid documentary of Ben Stein's at one point, he goes, "Well, I'm not a scientist, but..." That's like saying, "Oh, I'm not a racist, but..." Are there any black people around here? Okay, here we go. It doesn't mean anything, all right? Science works off of evidence, and evidence is anything that's observed, testable, and it can be either reobserved, retested, and either verified or falsified, all right? An argument in and of itself is not evidence of anything at all, all right? And to use a courtroom model to rail against science doesn't mean anything, and any argument as such can be dismissed outright. And this is why, because the natural world does not function like an American courtroom, all right? It doesn't matter if you can convince 12 people in a room that tomatoes are eggs laid by ostriches. If you got 12 dumb enough people who will believe anything, yeah, you can get them to believe that, but it doesn't mean that tomatoes are eggs laid by ostriches, all right? It doesn't mean a damn thing. All right, because science is not a democracy, okay? It's not subject to what's popular is truth. That's not how it works. That works in politics and in a courtroom and with small children, all right? It doesn't work in science. Science doesn't have an overseer. There's no judge of authority, all right? That's not how it works, all right? And I am going to do a video eventually explaining the scientific method in detail. But I just wanted to talk about that, kind of like an intro to that, because just because somebody can argue something and convince a bunch of people doesn't make it legitimate, nor does it mean you have to even entertain that. All right? I mean, there are people out there, and I've seen them do it, who will take their position that they strongly believe in and argue for it and convince people and win an argument. And then those same people are so good at arguing, they will go on the opposite side of their argument and argue against their own position and convince people the opposite. That right there tells you there's no consensus and there's no science involved in that. It's just rhetoric. I mean, philosophy doesn't belong in science. Yes, science came from philosophy, but that was when we still hadn't developed things and started to actually learn things about our world. Philosophy, and it can't be used to argue against science. It's not what it works. But anyway, I'm done with that. So yeah.